Hi everybody, I'm Ellen and we're on vacation. Tonight's dinner comes to you live from an Airbnb. And with my family, we are having a wonderful dinner. Tonight is pizza night. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put together some pizzas, and then that's what I'm gonna share with you. So to start things off, we're just gonna put the dough together. Now there's a couple options you could do. You can make your own dough from scratch, which we have a wonderful recipe. So if you want, just go ahead and visit my website and type in 5-minute dough, and you can get your own homemade pizza dough, okay? But tonight, what I'm using is the pizza crust mix. And this is a Pampered Chef pantry item that you can just order as is. And all you do is you just put the ingredients together. And for this one, it just calls for warm water and olive oil. That's it, okay? So we're gonna make things easy tonight. So right now, I'm using kind of a mixture of the tools and utensils from the Airbnb. And then of course, you know me, I've gotta bring some of my own things from home. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of products. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is cut open the bag, and I'm gonna use the whole thing. Now guys, when you use the whole thing, just know that this is not just for one pizza, okay? This is for 2 big pizzas. So, as you watch the video, pay no mind that you won't be really seeing my face. You're just gonna see my hands right here, okay? And that's really what's important. All right, so I put the dough in here. It just requires some warm water. It's about like a 1 cup and a quarter, and then some olive oil, and this is like a 1/3 cup, okay? So real quickly, let me get a scraper so I can kind of mix it up. Just mix it up right here until it starts to thicken, and then you'll be able to take it out of the bowl and roll it on your mat. Now, as you can see, I do have my baker's mat right underneath. I use the baker's mat a lot, guys, okay? I don't use it just for baking. I use it for pretty much everything I do. It serves like an extension to the countertop. So, hope you guys are doing good tonight. I love to make pizzas for my family. It's a great way on how we can enjoy dinner together, but at the same time, they're able to kind of build their own pizzas. And you'll see that. Tonight, we're gonna try and get everything in 2 videos, but I don't know, we might have to do 3. It all depends. Okay, hold on. Let's get some of the things out of the way that I don't need right now. Clear your board. Whoops. Okay. All right. Yeah, so when you order your pizza mix from Pampered Chef, I've heard some people, they didn't know, but it does serve more than 1 pizza. It's pretty large if you're going to make it for 1 pizza. So for us, because everybody does their own, we have a lot to go around. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure that I incorporate all the stragglers right here before I start kneading it. Okay, what I do is I kind of make a little hole in the middle. I take the leftover, I put it in the middle, just like this, and then I cover it. I close it up, okay? And then we go ahead and knead the dough. Just like this. If you've never had our pizza dough before, it's so good. Not only can you make pizza, but you can actually make, what do you call those things? Those little pizza things that we put in the oven?
Pie crust.
No, the other one. Pizza.
Bagel?
No, the little
Roll.
square ones.
Feet.
That Ikaika likes. Pizza rolls. Pizza rolls, yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's called pizza rolls. Yeah, you can use this dough to make a whole bunch of pizza rolls if you wanted. Okay? See how fast that was? So good. Okay. If this is too maybe wet for you, you can just go ahead and sprinkle a little flour, and that way it's a little drier for you. Okay? But that is good enough right here. Okay. Let me show you about the flour. Hold on. So if you wanted to scoop some flour out, just sprinkle a little bit on the board here. Okay, that way you can go ahead and keep kneading the dough and it doesn't stick to your hand. Okay, and that is it. I'm not going to knead it too much, guys. You guys don't need to fuss with it so much because it is ready to go. So this is a lot for just one pizza. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, okay? Right here. And then with this, I'm going to cut it again. Okay? That way, there's 4 of us tonight, so each of us will get our own, and we'll build our own pizzas. And, you know, as you're making your pizzas, what I would suggest is that you prepare your ingredients ahead of time, guys. Prepping is everything. And if you watched my previous videos, you'll know that 65% of your time in the kitchen is spent on prep work, okay? All right. So, when you prep all of the vegetables, the rest is going to be really easy. Okay, so what I'm doing now is rolling out the dough. This baker's mat is wonderful. As you can see, there's like circles already on here, okay? It kind of gives you an idea if you want to roll out your pie crust or what have you. It has the dimensions on here already. It has the markings. Makes your life really, really easy. When you roll pizza dough out, guys, people have a tendency to take it and flip it over. Don't do that. Roll it out and just rotate it. Okay? Okay. This is called a baker's roller. It's a one-handed rolling pin. It's really awesome for rolling out dough, as you see I'm doing right here. But if you're making a pie crust, you can flip it over and this goes inside the pie dish, okay? Because as you know, a rolling pin won't allow you to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave that right here. As I pull out, this is a personal size pizza stone, okay? So, roll it right on here. Just like that. Now, for those of you who know my husband, you know very well that this size is not going to be enough for him. He actually takes a full sheet all to himself, and that's okay. That's the wonderful thing about making your own pizzas, guys. You make it to whatever size fits your appetite, okay? So, on the baker's roller, this is a little attachment. You see right here, this little prickly side? That's right. You go ahead and puncture the crust here so it lets it breathe. It vents very, very well. And you can imagine if you're doing a pie crust, it's the same thing. Okay, so it doesn't like inflate and bubble over. Because you do this, it's going to be just fine. So I've got 2 more that I'm going to roll out. Here we go, rolling out the dough for the next pizza. And then from here, what I do is I put the pizza crust inside the oven to just give it a head start, if you will, okay? So I put it in the oven for about 5 minutes. Oops, this one is sitting on it. You can go ahead and finish it on here, flip it over, and you can get it really, really close to the edge. There you go. Okay, so that's another one done. Oh, that's right, guys, I forgot to do this. Okay, and then the next one. So when I put it into the oven, I only put it in for about 5 minutes. And it starts the baking process, so the crust gets a head start. Because then what happens is we load it with all the fixings on it, and then we only put it back into the oven for about 8 or so minutes. Okay, bring this here. Okay. Flip this over because we're going to roll it out to the side. Okay, see how fast that was? And then go ahead, do this. All right, so I have three small round stones right here. I'm going to put it into the oven. Ikaika's is going to be a little bit different, so I'm just going to work with these three because what we're going to do is we're going to put this one on a bigger sheet, okay? Now, what I would normally do at this point is I would still, one of two things can happen. You can either brush it with butter and garlic and put it into the oven and just leave it there for about 5 minutes. And then you take it out, okay? It's not going to be completely cooked. But that's okay, because what you're doing is you're giving it a head start while you prep your other vegetables for the fixings. So I'm going to put this in without any butter and garlic, but you can do that if you want. So, in the oven it goes. Right here. I'm going to set the timer and let it go. And so this is going to sit in the oven for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm just going to get everything else ready for the next step. Until then, I'll see you on part 2.